Nah. Ooh.
Mm.
So,
So,
Ken
Ken
Fall.
Fall.
Let me see
Let
what
me
he's
see what
talking
he's
about.
talking about.
Let me see
Let
what
me
he's
see what he's
talking about.
talking about.
I got some
I
of
got
the
some of the
usual
usual
suspects.
suspects.
Got
Got
Young
Young
Vin.
Melvin.
Got
Got
Delonte.
Delonte.
Yo,
Earlier,
Earlier,
we had
we
Suicide
had.
in the building. Let me get
Let
my
me get
shout
my
outs
shout
out
outs
real
out
quick because I
real
know
quick
you're
because
going
I
to
know
go
you're
in
gonna
on this
go in
flat
on
earth.
this flat earth.
Send a shout
Send a
out to
shout out to
Suicide,
Suicide.
my good brother
My
Q
good brother
Butter.
Q Butter.
Want to send a
Want
shout
to send a
out
shout out
to Big
to Big
Facts
Facts
Podcast.
Podcast.
To all the viewers,
To
if
all
you
the
ain't
viewers
checked
who
out
ain't
that
checked out
channel,
that
or
channel,
any of my
or any of my
panelists
panelists
who don't know about
who
that
don't know
channel,
about that channel,
I would encourage you to definitely check that out. You feel me? But with no further ado, Mello, do your thing. Tell them about this flat Earth thing. How you come to your consensus that that's where we at. That's how we rocking. Like I feel you. I'm standing on flat ground right now. But a lot of people is like, man, but what about these mountains? What about what they taught us in
yeah,
school? Like,
yes, and that's another thing. People, they hear flat Earth and they like, well, it can't be flat. There's hills. There's this. There's that. Okay, yeah, you're right. Yes, but we talking about relatively flat, as in your orientation when you at the North Pole is not different than when you at the South Pole. So your feet is always on the ground and up is always up, no matter where you're at. So the same up for the person in Alaska is the same up for the same for a person in Australia. You know what I mean? Uh, that's what we mean by flat. It's not a sphere. It doesn't mean that the land doesn't have or the earth doesn't have a topography. It has features. It has, water, it has land, and it has mountains, it has elevation, it has valleys, but relatively flat. It's a plane, it's not a sphere. You know what I'm saying? That's what the idea is. Uh the main thing you told me to go in, so I mean, I guess what I would like to see is somebody to duplicate a gravitational experiment, one that is to scale, which is almost impossible considering the mass that they give the Earth, and I think that's intentional so that it can't be duplicated, so the theory will always remain. But you know, we need to see this gravity in action. Like I need to see, something succumb to the forces of gravity that I can definitively say that was because of gravity, not because of density, right? You know, if I'm holding something and I let go of it, I don't expect this thing to float. Like why would I expect this shit to float when I let go of it? That don't mean something pulled down on it. It just means the shit don't float in thin fucking air. Like air is a fluid. So if you're not supporting this object, it's going to seek support. That doesn't mean that the Earth's immense mass pulled the damn chip clip down to the Earth. It just means that the fucking air is too thin for the damn chip clip to just be floating around this bitch. It don't like so until we can disprove that that's the only real thing at play, then gravity is going to always remain a theory and it's unprovable. And when you don't have gravity, you don't have water sticking to a ball. You know what I'm saying? So then you don't have a spherical Earth because we know the nature of water is to always level out. It never curves. Um, I mean, and those are just two basic things before we even get into the NASA lies and bullshit and But this is just, logical stuff that we have to, think about before we even start pulling out our protractors and our calculators and our laser beam tests and all of these things to prove it on a scientific and on a mathematical level. Like, just logically, just using your brain for a minute, the shit don't make sense from my perspective. I don't know if I'm overstepping or if I need to go more, but those are just, why would I expect this to float when I let go of it? You know, to me, it's just simple.
I definitely feel you, Delonte. You got any questions about that shit though?
Nah.
That nigga dropping the shit on him. I wish we had a few motherfuckers in the chat that want to jump in. No, for me, one question that I do got is, how do we, since okay, what would be your explanation for what they say is the stars then? Like, what is
Uh,
that? Like, they always talking about we looking at it, something that's exploded thousands of years ago or some crazy shit.
yeah, they tell us when we see a star twinkle, that shit could be thousands of light years old and shit.
Right? Like what?
What the fuck kind of shit is that? Like, that's an excuse because to have these type of numbers to support the whole, heliocentric model. If you don't have a heliocentric model, then the stars, the moon, and everything else are relatively close and
Hold
way
on, now
smaller.
break that down. Heliocentric.
Okay, heliocentric. Helios is a sun god, right?
Mm-hmm.
Centric meaning centered, right? Everything revolves around the center in this model. So the main attractant and the reason for life is the sun, according to this model, right? We don't have life without the sun. Now, there's some validity to that. Like, we need that shit. Like, we know that plants need the sun in order to produce. So there's validity to it, but they need periods of darkness as well. And so one thing about a true spiritual cosmology is that balance is needed. So the moon is just as important as the sun. So the earth is the center, right? In my model, in the flat model, the earth is the center. This is the plane of existence. And everything else is here to support that life rather than everything is a result of the sun's, uh existence. So heliocentrism is basically, everything revolves around the sun. Without that sun, damn it, you know, nothing else really matters. Right? We're our rotation around the sun is, what causes our seasons and all of this shit, according to that model. And according to the flat model, the sun's location is what leads to the season. So June 21st, your birthday, bruh, uh, when the sun is directly over the Tropic
First
of
day of
Cancer.
summer.
Uh,
I said first day of summer.
when the sun is directly over the Tropic of Cancer, we have the first day of summer. And one thing about the sun is when that motherfucker's close, it feel hot. And when they start to go away, it ain't as hot. Now, how does that equate for a sun that's supposed to be 93 million miles away? Because that's the accepted distance in the heliocentric model, right? Um, the Earth is 24,000 miles in circumference, and the sun is 93 million miles away. That's a big fucking number. But at 8 o'clock in the morning, the sun ain't that hot, but at noon, that shit baking my ass. So, like, shouldn't it be baking my ass at 8 just like it is at 12? You should feel like a goddamn rotisserie all day until that bitch is gone. I mean, we talking about a 12,000-mile difference relatively. That would be insignificant for a light object that is 93 million miles away.
Hey, that's because in one sense, you getting cooked just straight up. You feel me? On the other sense,
I mean,
you
as soon
turn
as
the
that bitch
broil
pop up
on.
on the horizon, you
The
supposed to
12
start
that
sizzling.
broil on.
Right.
Right. So yeah, that's the gist of heliocentrism. You know, everything revolves around the sun. But that's not really what we experience. You know, when the sun is directly over the Tropic of Capricorn, um, that's when our winter starts. And that's when it's summer in the southern hemisphere. I mean, the sun rotates in back and forth between the tropics, and that's what causes our seasons. That's why it's hot in the daytime, because when that motherfucker closer to you, it's hotter. And when the bitch go away, it cool off. It's like that's exactly what you experience. You know, I mean, anybody who say they don't experience that ain't never been their ass outside.
Right.
So it's the flat Earth thing is not about jumping on a conspiracy bandwagon. It's about looking at nature, really questioning what you've been told, and it's not nothing that you're gonna come to a conclusion on. Listening to me, it, bro, I tell
Right.
you, like I've been researching this shit for years. Um, so it is what it is. I never even believed in gravity. Like I had a physics class in high school. Me and my physics teacher went at it, but I never even thought to apply that shit to the shape of the Earth at the time. But for him to tell me that acceleration was due to gravity's force, I'm just like, that shit don't make sense to me. Like, how is gravity so selective? It pull on a feather less than it do on a bowling ball. Like, how does no, the bowling ball's heavier. Like, duh. Like, I mean, it's shaped different. It's like all different types of factors rather than this magical gravitational force. You know what I'm saying? You need a big ass calculator to calculate this shit. Like, you can't, you know what I'm saying? This shit just not real.
Nah, I definitely understand where you coming from. It almost seems like people would tell you astronomical type of numbers just to keep you from trying to figure it out.
Exactly. Nikola Tesla got a quote that pertains to that. If I can find it, I'm gonna let you know.
All right, all right. Let me see if I got some more questions about that flat Earth concept. Okay, now you were saying the sun doesn't hit us the way they explain it, because okay, well then how do we explain the seasons changing? With the flat Earth concept, or did you already touch
So
on
yeah,
that?
the seasons are like I said,
If you got any pictures or anything, put that shit in the hangout. I can pull it up for you.
well, I got my other thing pulled up. Let me hold on one second. Hold on one second, bro.
You good? Delontello,
Yes.
you in this thing, man? Hanging in this thing, man.
Yeah. I'm up here eating some honey maple peanuts.
Honey maple, that shit sound crazy.
Super good.
Ew, ew.
What you
Plenty of
think,
the.
Monte? I don't sound batshit crazy, dude.
Nah, I would tell you.
He said,
I would have been like, yo, I don't understand what you're saying, but I get what you're saying. It's all things to question. When people have questions or they have um, proof that something is happening or they have, whatever the case may be, you know, it's always valid.
and
You
it's
can
worth
never sound
listening
crazy,
to.
you know what I'm
Shit.
saying? Like genuinely crazy.
Right. Some of the questions we done had ourselves, you feel me? Like, nigga,
Right.
answer this shit, nigga. But we
Right.
just done forgot them because motherfuckers told us stop asking them crazy ass questions. Like,
Right.
but
I
shit,
realized
nigga, you ain't got no answer for it.
I realized like a lot, over the last few years, and my life just, like I'm dead, I guess. But anyway, within the last few years, I say 4 years, I just kind of realized like, um, nobody ideas to be missed because I don't want to die and be like, man, shit, I should have thought about this, or oh, I should have listened to that person. What if that was right? You know what I'm saying? And I look for things in my life to happen and be like, all right, this apply to that, or it doesn't. You know, so you don't sound bad shit crazy.
Yeah. One thing y'all can look up, and now when you see a model for the flat Earth, and what I'm about to link y'all to, um, it's not to be taken literal. Like we know, even the globe, even if the Earth was a globe, we know that Africa ain't shaped exactly like Africa is shaped. You know what I mean? So like when you're looking at these models, these are representations. The best we can do without a $19 billion budget like what NASA got. Now, if I had $19 billion, I would be able to show you an exact picture of what this whole fucking thing looked like, unlike my people at NASA have done. You ain't seen a whole real Earth yet.
You ain't gonna
Just
send it to me and hang up?
yeah, I'm gonna send it to you.
All
But
right.
just so y'all know, you ain't never seen a whole real Earth. Not a one.
Not a one nine.
Hold on. Let me pull that shit up on here.
All right, take your time. I'm trying to pull up the hangout as we speak.
But but yeah, man, it's it's pretty simple how it works. The sun is a light being. The word light, is represented, by something that you can see, but it also has a connotation with weight as well, right? So like if something's not heavy, it's light. So it's kind of counter, it kind of goes against my, whole idea to think that the sun would have weight to it, like a a, a trillion ton, ball of burning hot fire just floating around. Like that shit is wild. Like that's something you just literally have to believe. Like, I mean, and I don't know, if y'all get you a good telescope, you can see straight clear through the fucking moon. I mean, I'm working on saving up me some money so I can get the program so I can attach to my telescope a camera with recording software. I mean, I've seen
Mm-hmm.
stars through the moon. The moon is fucking transparent. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not a big ass rock that you can go land on. This shit's not, these planets don't look like the fucking cartoons that they give you. They're all light beings, Um, and we dealing with spirituality here. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about consciousness at this point. Uh, and
Mm.
it gets deep. But hold on, let me.
No, I definitely feel you.
Yeah, I mean, think about that. Where do we think the etymology of the word light in relation to weight came from?
Mm. Light in relation to. Say that again.
To
What's the
weight.
question?
You know what I mean? It's spelled the same way. It means, what I'm saying, weightless.
Oh
And
yeah,
light
lightweight.
is
Yeah.
it's weightless. You can't grab light because light's not a thing in and of itself. It's
Right.
it's the result of a disturbance in the ether, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
a perturbation off the z axis. Let me chill out. But uh, I sent it. Hold
I'm
on, bro. I sent it
trying to.
to our little Facebook group. Shit. Let me see if I can get it on here.
You
But yeah,
said
that's
you
just
got
some
a
shit.
model.
That's just some shit to think about. Light is light. It weighs
Mm-hmm.
nothing.
Mm. I don't know if it's gonna let me pull up the Facebook thing. Let's see.
Hold on. I'm trying to see if I thought I had Messenger on my tablet. I guess I don't. Let me pull it up.
What's
So,
the model we looking for?
it's called How the Four Seasons Work on the Flat Earth Model.
Okay.
You might be able to find it easier like that anyway.
Let me see if I can.
Can you YouTube that?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. Yeah.
Okay.
Give me 1 second.
Give y'all something else to think about.
Go ahead.
The moon, right? The moon and the sun meet up roughly about every 28 and a half days. And that's when we have a new moon. Now, your woman has a period just about as frequently as this meeting of the sun and the moon. And every spirituality system you can find prior to these patriarchal male rulerships equated the moon with feminine energy, right? The moon was always feminine and the sun was always masculine energy. That's just something interesting to think about. Every 28 and a half, the same thing as the uterus doing this thing.
Yep, straight up. But and it also shows that, that reverence got to be showed, and respect. Like you said, it's a balance thing as well, but it don't change the facts. We got to respect the fact that there is a connection, obvious connection. For those, that's not no ironic coincidence or none of that shit. You feel me? There's
No,
got
not
to
at
be
all.
some kind of connection between, the woman and that cycle.
Not even
Can you
just a
see my
woman, with
screen?
all of us in this place. Yeah, I see it.
I don't know if I got much volume on that shit. I ain't figured that out. I need to probably fast forward or something,
Possibly.
Okay. Because you're trying to get it to the map, right?
Hold on, no, that ain't even the right one.
Okay, let's go back.
Hold on. Let me join the call on my phone so I can just send it straight from my phone to the back chat.
You ain't looking no more. You see this one
Oh,
right here?
it's the one at the top. Yeah,
All right.
Rod Stewart. Now, Bro Sanchez got a good explanation for it too, though.
Right. If I had the volume working, it would be perfect, though. We're going to get that together, family. But, yeah, definitely shout out to Bro Sanchez.
Yeah, if
Putting
y'all
in a
don't know about
lot of
Bro
hard
Sanchez,
work.
yeah, go check him out on some flat Earth shit and on some he'll get you right on your patriarchal and male, rulership and the origins of that shit. Menes, Norma, 3100 BC, the first government that this earth had. Right? Check that shit out. And then try to disprove it though. That's what I always do. I don't just take what a nigga say. I'm finna go when you say it, I'm trying to prove that shit wrong. And then if I can't, then your ass was right. It's just that simple. All right, so if y'all will notice in this model, you don't see an Antarctica, right? Can you hear me?
Right.
Okay.
It
But you
should.
also,
Nah, I was sitting over here talking to your ass. I was like, damn, I had to pause it like, hold on, that is one thing you don't see because it should be right in this area, family.
Well, that's where the north is. That's the North Pole.
I mean,
That's
hold
why.
on. It should be in this area. Skirt. All this
Yeah,
around here is so-called Antarctica, right?
right. That white ring around this place is Antarctica, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's literally 200 to 300 foot high ice walls that go all the way around this bitch, and that's why when people you get them questions from people. So why what keep the water from falling off? Fucking Antarctica, that bitch is Lord. You know what I'm saying? You know if y'all watch Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, and shit like that, like they make reference to these places. You know what I'm saying, or to this
Right.
place.
The
You know what I'm
lies
saying?
gotta
Like
reference the
it's so
truth.
many. There's so much subliminal shit out there. Like it's like they like to play with us. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? They give you the information. It's just you ain't looking for it.
But it's like I say though, lies gotta reference the truth. You feel me? Even
Have
if it ain't intentionally lying, your imagination still reference reality
to- yeah.
to an extent, and vice versa.
The only place that I know of that you can like pull up in a boat at Antarctica is right there at the southern tip of South America, right? Where the little
Mm.
peninsula is. That's where they show you all the little cute pictures of the penguins and shit and all that bullshit. But the rest of that bitch is froze, nigga. It's a big ass wall of ice, and that's it. That is fucking it. Matter of fact, I'm finna put some pictures in the back chat, bro.
Uh, you talking
But
about
yeah,
at a
it's
wall?
ice. Yeah, and so there's theories because obviously we can't go past the shit because of the Antarctic Treaty. But there's theories that there's either rings that keep on going out, so more like a ripple effect type of thing. So you got worlds around it, or you got other ponds of Earth that look like what you looking at right now. Now, you know what I'm saying? That type of shit is speculation. I'm not subscribing to any of that shit because I don't fucking know. Because I ain't back in the United States yet, you know.
You talking about the maps?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying I can't subscribe to what the Earth looks like beyond what we've been told because I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I won't say
You mean beyond what we done seen?
right.
Like this little area called the United States. You know I got hit it with that country bumpkin. I'm trying to get this motherfucker to show this ice wall. They over talking shit. Hold on. Little fat head ass dog. Shout
You
out
got
to my nigga Anubis. Hold on. Let's see if I can get this ice wall pulled up. Here it comes. It's coming, family. There you go, man.
you got it pulled up already?
Yeah. Ice wall on the screen.
Oh damn. All right. Well, I just sent you a picture too.
Shit, there's more too though. Like it's gonna keep going with more pictures of
Hold
the
on. I'm
damn.
going.
Oh well, let me pause until you get that. I can see niggas on the ice wall. What the fuck?
Now that puts you. You know what I'm saying? That puts in reference how tall and how big this shit is. Look at them people.
And that's the water down here,
Look at how
or
big
is
that
that
shit
it
is.
up here? Which one you think it is? Down here or up here? What's this shit up here? You see this shit?
That's ice. That's little people on top of the
Right,
ice.
right. That's what I was thinking at first. So the
Yeah.
water levels was low right here.
Right. The wall is what keeps the oceans intact. And as far
Right.
as you can see in this picture right here, the sky meets the ground. You know what I'm saying?
Sure do.
I mean,
Firmament.
as we can tell,
That shit
there
look
is
like
no
a
ink.
straight pitch, like a man. That shit is crazy. Like a mirror. A mirror on
Now
top
you
of
gotta go
mirror on
look at
top of mirror.
you gotta go look at amateur footage of you know, these rocket launches and shit like that, high altitude, where they say, around 40, 50,000 feet, you're supposed to start seeing curvature. But people shooting up rockets higher than that, weather balloons higher than that, and it ain't a fucking curve in sight. I even see people tell me that they seen the damn curve on an airplane. I'm like, bitch, you act like I ain't never been on an airplane. Like,
Right.
I hate to use the bitch word, but it's like, damn, like,
Don't play with
you
it.
know,
Nah,
damn, like,
if you gonna say bitch, because
yeah.
bitch is a ancient god. Say her name right.
But
Niggas
I'm
try to
just
say
saying though,
bitch when they want to turn a bitch down. Like, chill out, bitch. You showing out now, bitch. Turn up. Go ahead, nigga.
I'm just saying you'll take away from my personal experience to argue with me and say that you seen some earth curving at 30,000 feet when you only over one state.
Come on now. I
You
know
only
good
over
damn well you lying.
you 30,000 feet up in the sky. That ain't even high enough to see shit. Like the sky still meet the ground and that shit's still flat, even at 30,000 feet. You can kiss my ass. You ain't never seen no goddamn curve in no plane.
Hey, you seen they just showed the pool at the end, fool?
What was that?
They showing out. They showing out. They like, don't act like you ain't never seen this here before.
Don't act like you ain't never seen water be flat and not
Come on
curving.
now. Don't act like you ain't never seen this shit before. They just said it right there like that.
Now look at
I
that
was like,
pool. I want you to show me how you could ever make that shit hold the shape of a ball.
come on now.
Ever, 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 ever. Like go get
Ever,
you a
ever.
fucking ball right now. Put one drop on it and see if the gravity from the liquid ball go hold the water. Come on now, man. What they got us doing here? Shit crazy as hell, man.
Playing guns out here in these streets.
But you can't even put a water vapor on a goddamn ball and make it stick to it, man. Not in the fashion that they telling us, especially spinning at the house. And one thing about spherical, nature, water sticking on a spherical object should be all really spinning at the center of this bitch. As a matter of fact, if the land masses are floating, they should all be at the center of this bitch too. Everything should be at the center of a spinning object that's spinning in one damn direction. Now we have to redo our math. We have to redo spherical trigonometry if that's not true.
But see, when you use force from a baking pan and put like pancakes mix up in there and you make a cake, that's how you keep the circular shape. It's force, nature, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, whatever. That's the only way I can explain it.
That shit sound good.
That shit sounds stupid. He
No,
got
I
me
said that shit sound good.
he got me thinking like what I believe is really bad. I'm like, that do sound like we know you can't hold water in a circle. That shit barely
You
want to stay
can't
in the cup.
unless you got water inside a balloon
Or
or some
both.
Right.
shit. Yeah, like in an enclosed system. But we know that water is more dense than the fucking air. So even if it was a complete atmosphere, you know what I'm saying, that had us enclosed, all the water would be in the sky with the
Right.
shit spinning at 1,000 miles an hour. It would have to spin off this bitch. How you got hurricanes coming at the United States on both coasts at the same time, but
Come
all
on
but
now.
but the world spinning in one direction?
Come on now.
We talking about wind and water. These are fluids.
Somebody tell me.
These are
Won't
fluids.
somebody tell me
How the how
so
the how
I
the how the
can
you how,
understand?
how the
Go
world
ahead.
spinning at 1,000, right? But you get a slight breeze from the south at 2 miles per hour. What the fuck is that?
What is that? Somebody. Bill Nye, Neil deGrasse Fathead. What's up? Somebody tell me.
I
And
mean,
don't try to tell me I'm
Yeah, somebody got a formula for you to show you why. You know,
Right.
just think about it. You
Sell
know,
you a quick dream real quick.
yeah, I'm gonna shoot that shit down as soon as they pull out their calculator.
Soon just pulled out that motherfucker. Boy, which who you think you talking to with that dumb ass shit? You see this rocket over here supposed to be hitting the firmament right now?
Yeah, you see how it explodes outward.
Mm-hmm. Bow. I need to blow that shit up.
I mean, I won't subscribe to that and say that's exactly what happened. I don't know.
I mean, I just
That
tried
to
to
me,
find some amateur footage.
yeah, to me that you know what I'm saying, whether there's a dome or not don't really matter to me. That shit don't prove the shape of the earth to me.
Mm-hmm.
What proves the shape of the earth is the fact that I can't figure this gravity shit out. And without gravity, water can't be a ball. So like
Uh-oh,
think
I
about
got
it.
a video for your ass. I got a video
Think about
for you. I wish you could hear it, though.
think about this, bro. You got a whole ocean, right?
Mm-hmm.
And gravity strong enough to hold all that heavy ass water on it, right? But a
Right.
butterfly gonna fly across it.
Come on, now.
How selective can you be? Like, you know what I'm saying? That like we have to believe the shit that they telling us. It's relative to your mass. You can say that shit, but that sounds like an excuse.
Come on. Menards owe me some money, dude. They done hit me with about 3 commercials tonight, cuz. Check out this video, though. I'm finna see what you think about it. Hope you got a
One
few
more,
minutes
one more,
before you get
one
ready to
more,
get off.
one more for while your video pulling up.
All right, go ahead.
Let's take a small air bubble, right? How much an air bubble weigh?
Mm-hmm.
Not
You know what I'm
shit. All
saying?
right,
Like
so
airway shit.
it don't weigh shit. So let's drag that air bubble down 100 feet in some water. Now all that water weight sitting on that air bubble, why gravity don't keep that air bubble down there?
Mm.
But why all that weight sitting on it?
Somebody tell me.
Maybe it's because it don't exist.
Maybe so.
Maybe only density exists. A lot of people like to say density and buoyancy in this flat earth shit, but buoyancy has gravity in the equation. So my flat earth people, make sure you know what you're talking about when you get in these matches arguing with people. Buoyancy is irrelevant because it has gravity in the equation.
Mm. Boy. You see, you might have pointed out something I think a lot of people, step over in they pursuit to defend, what they know to be right. But, just take a few
We got to be
mishaps.
proper.
Right. But that's come from,
I mean,
iron sharpening
and
iron.
yeah,
That's
but
the
that
one thing
goes
I can
along
say
with what I
about
was
the
saying.
flat earthers, y'all. They keeping that conversation going. You feel me? Y'all building with each other. Shit, everybody ain't acting like we all agree and none of that shit. Like, that's how you really get to the facts. You know what I'm saying?
But that goes along with what I was saying earlier. Like, don't believe what I'm saying. Go prove the shit wrong because that's how I came across the whole thing with density and buoyancy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
These are terms I was familiar with, but I didn't hold them dear to my heart. You know what I'm saying? When I learned the shit in school, along my studies, I'm like, okay, hold on, this shit got gravity in the fucking equation.
You did. How you gonna be trying to debunk the
I'm saying,
gravity if
you know,
you got the shit in your proofs?
I mean,
You don't want to put no names
it's
out. You don't want to put no name on that shit, dude.
who
You.
I've heard a lot of people speak on that one. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying
Mm.
this is just in debates and shit that I've heard online, and even Facebook conversations I've had with people who are flat earthers. I'm like, hey yo, we gotta X out that buoyancy though. We gotta X it out. But yeah, man, I think that's a good little preview just to get your folks, you know what I'm saying, thinking about the shit, and maybe you'll get some people to clap back in the comments and I can come back and address.
I mean, we got a few people in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Chopping it up. I don't know if you paying no attention. That's why I just
What they
dipped
talking
off
about?
to. I'm gonna have to clear this screen. You don't want any of that Neil deGrasse work. Let me clear the screen. I do apologize to the people in the chat. I need to get some chat monitors or something. People to let me know when my people's in here talking. Let me pull it up, bro. I finna pretty dub. I know it was somebody named Wiz. Sure. Shout out to young Wiz in the building. We're gonna try to get around to your questions or your answers that you may have posed. Let's see if I can't pull this shit up live. That'll be lit. But nah, you was definitely dropping that fire. I think that's what got the family talking, I think. Let's see.
What'd you say?
I said you was definitely dropping some information. That's what I think got the comments rolling in, you feel me?
Yeah, somebody said something about equation for the buoyancy thing.
Yeah, okay. That's what it
Buoyancy
was.
mass formula is MB equals M0, and then you got in parentheses 1 over the fluid surrounding the density. That's over the object's density, right? So you need density to come up with your formula for buoyancy.
Mm-hmm.
And my whole argument is the density takes care of it itself. You know what I mean? Like, let's cut out the bullshit. The buoyancy is created in the same regard as, you know what I'm saying, gravity was created. So somebody started questioning, they like, hold on, y'all saying the earth is a ball. How the hell is that possible? You know, how is this water holding this formula or this shape? Oh, it's gravity. So, you know, a formula is produced in order to support that idea. Now, with buoyancy being the ability or tendency for something to float in water or air or Kool-Aid or whatever, what have you, you know what I'm saying? The tendency for something to float is, you know what I'm saying, is buoyancy. But the way I look at it is water is more supportive of a medium than air. Air is less dense. So you don't need buoyancy to describe why something floats. Water's density helps dense objects stay afloat, right? Not only that, air is extremely less immense or extremely less dense than the water is. So you can throw a fork in the river and that bitch gonna sink because it has no air in it. And you can put a Navy ship in the same river and the bitch gonna float because it's full of fucking air. It's got cavities. It's got, areas below deck that's just full of fucking air. And that's what keeps this thing float. It's extremely less dense than a fork is by its nature, by its makeup. You don't need a formula for buoyancy to explain that. You only need that on a spinning earth. You see what I'm saying? You need that to continue to support the globular ideas. You need that to, support the fact that, water sticks to a ball.
Hey, okay, did you see where he said 13.7 miles is sufficient to the curve?
Okay, go ahead, bro. You on
Sufficient to
YouTube.
see the curve.
Yeah,
Now, I pulled it up so you can see me. Can you see it?
yeah, I see the comment.
Oh, okay.
But all I'm saying is, go right now. We can look at some amateur footage.
Or the curve.
Yeah, I mean, or the lack thereof.
Right.
We have
Let's
to
see.
determine whether the footage that your buddy's talking about is given to us with a fisheye lens. Who gave you this footage at
Oh, he got
13.7?
some footage. Nah, he ain't
No, I'm
say he
just
got no
saying.
footage. He just said that should be sufficient to see the curve.
Okay, but I'm just saying, like, where's the proof? That's all I'm saying.
13.7 miles up. Operation Fishbowl, nuking the skies, firmament.
Yeah, I don't
Question.
necessarily subscribe to the Operation Fishbowl, Operation Dominic, and
Mm-hmm.
all of those things. That's something that supposedly the government here and in Russia did. If you know, Dominic means of the Lord, so it's Fishbowl of the Lord. That's what this whole thing is about. So the
Mm.
idea was when Admiral Byrd
AKA the
came,
Super Bowl.
yeah, when Admiral Byrd came back, supposedly a bunch of his men, some of their planes ran into this invisible barrier down in Antarctica. So
Mm-hmm.
U.S. In a disguised military operation, routine type shit, they claim, tested to see if there was a firmament above, and that's what he's talking about right here, nuking the skies.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know if that's what they really doing or not. I don't. That shit to me don't really show me whether or not the Earth is a sphere. I mean, it's almost irrelevant to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't trust no kind of government uh dues. You know what I'm saying? The shit that they doing anyway. So like that shit, they can.
Shot it.
I mean, it's
Shot
the
it popping
same.
shit.
It's the
Shot it popping
same. It's the
shit. He
same.
said, "What you say?"
What you say?
I said, "Shot it popping shit." I know you see this shit on this screen.
Not on your screen. Do I need to pull it up on mine? Cause I can't. I can't
You
see
can't see
that.
it on the screen, sure.
What does it say? It says atmosphere. Which thing are you talking about?
It's small, damn. Thought it was bigger than that shit. He just put up something. Hold on, let me see if I can see it. Damn, that shit ain't come up. I might have to put it up.
It says the
Move the
first photo
plus.
from space.
Yeah, but you gotta take them pluses up. God damn it. Putting me to work, Mr. Wiz. Damn, I just thought about Wiz. When you go take a whiz or
All
motherfucker
right,
that just
so
what you finna respond to that?
I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen the photo, so I can't respond to that. But what I will respond
Let
to
me see if
is
I can pull
there's a
him up.
guy, Jared Simmons, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can look him up. He's got a page on NASA.gov right now. They call him Mr. Blue Marble because he's responsible for creating that picture.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know, but every time they issue a Earth image, they give it a name. And Mr. Jared Simmons is responsible for the Blue Marble. So he's got that name. Now, according to him and several other uh, people who work for NASA, they can't go high enough in order to take a picture of the whole Earth. So what they do is they do layered imaging. They take these strips that are uh, basically data imagery, and they compile them together and create a picture of the Earth. And he even said in an interview, and where we know that algae is high in the summer, I might color that a little bit more green. Like he manipulates the colors that we see in these images. I mean, you can go look at pictures of Earth given to you, in various years, and the continents be growing, and then they'll shrink. Like how North America bigger sometimes than it is other times. Like you know what I'm saying? This is obvious forgery of the Earth. I mean, it's not. They're not true images.
Right.
You can't have a North America that take up the whole damn side of the Earth one year, and then they realize that shit don't look realistic, and then they scale it down the next time they send out an image.
Nah, I definitely get what you're saying. I'm trying to give you an opportunity to get your little spar in. Get your little spar in real quick. But I see on it seems like Wiz Laws. He got flat Earth first photo from space. Um, Supposed to be like a debunking. So I'm trying to see if he, because I know you said you wanted to talk to somebody who is opposing to the flat Earth concept. You know, so trying to see if he'll put his email up. So it might not pop off tonight, you know what I'm saying? But I think I might find something for you. So
we definitely can set up a debate because
right.
like I told you I had about an hour anyway. It's getting
No,
close to
no, no,
that.
no. I know you gotta wrap it up now. But
But if you want to hop on here real quick, we can hash a couple things out.
oh yeah, no, no, no. It seems like y'all can build together, so we can put them up
Yeah,
either way.
I ain't no smoke. I'm just saying.
Nah, I'm saying he shoot like I thought he's a flat earther as well. So
Oh, okay.
let's see here. Make some little connections. Always can use some allies as well as I'm pretty sure because he had a discrepancy with you about I think the buoyancy thing that you stated.
Oh,
Um,
okay. I see where we at now.
you can see me. Yes,
Yeah,
buoyancy.
I see the comments now. I wasn't seeing all this at first. Okay.
Right, right, right. And even on the
All right.
other
Well, Cody,
videos,
what's up,
buoyancy
my
and
earth?
density is not gravity.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Okay.
That's the only thing I would just ask the brother just to check out the buoyancy thing and let me know what he think about it next time we go live. And um, it's gravity is a strong part of that equation.
Yeah.
Mass and relativity is important for
Bu-
buoyancy.
Let me see if I can pull that up. So you
Yeah,
saying
you should
that?
be able. Yeah, just Google buoyancy. Just type it in there and then click images. It'll probably pull up a formula for you.
Spell that shit up where you put me on blast. Boy, yes. I know I'm
What you
spelling that
been
shit
on?
wrong. Huh?
What you been on, bro?
Man, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Like you talking about that? Hey,
Free time like a
so,
motherfucker.
nigga, ain't no free time. It's freak time. If I keep talking about shit, you got to turn it up in your bedroom
Already.
already. Sometimes you got to set the scene like it's a few other people and a few other things going on. But we gonna wait on this tab to pull up. Let me switch off for you. Be getting, you know what I'm saying, getting a little too excited over here. How you can see all this
Yeah,
shit? Fat head ass boy.
shit.
Let me see if I can see a brother instead of the thing I see the chat. Let me see here. But I don't think you gonna find no. I mean, I think at this point, pretty much everybody kind of grasping the concept of damn, them niggas done tricked us to not pay attention to what's right in front of our damn face. So at
Yeah, and
this
it's so
point,
easy. All they got to do is spin that ball in from you as soon as you go to kindergarten.
man, I had my supervisor tell me he gonna give me a globe. I said, you funny. You funny. Cause I had already showed them the little light thing. I'm like, nigga, how the fuck is we on a motherfucking globe? And when it's clear that you can see the way that the sun rays come out, that shit is coming from above, and it's not as far as you think it is, just by the way the rays is coming down. And I'm showing them this with the light on the phone and how to, it'll light up. It can light up one side of that paper, and the closer you get to that paper, the other side of that paper will go dark. He was like, so,
Yeah.
oh, oh, no, let me pull the phone up. He tried to raise the phone up while I'm showing motherfuckers that I'm getting close to the paper and you can see the other part of the paper go dark. He like, oh, no, raise it up a little bit. No, you see where it's going.
Hey, your boy said, he said, can you add me through Hangouts? I'm on a tablet. Don't link me to Hangout. Pull me in it. He said he don't know how to do it, but that's how he get added on other platforms.
That's different. I ain't gonna lie to you, my dude. I'm kind of not good on this shit. I definitely can look for you on Hangouts. Would it be under Wiz Laws too? Let's see.
Yeah, just try it like that.
What was I telling you? You remember what I was saying to your ass about? Damn, what was I trying to pull up? I was trying to pull something up a few minutes ago. Wiz Laws. Now he ain't coming up because I don't got his email. Most of the motherfuckers in my Hangout, I got all their emails connected first. Yeah, man, you gonna have to shoot me an email. So what we gonna do is we gonna set up a later show. I'm gonna see if I can't find me a motherfucking globalist for y'all ass. Or
Yeah,
two.
just give him your email, bro. That way he can,
That's
you know what I'm
what I
saying,
do.
send it to you that way.
That's what I do.
That's the only way I know how to do it. Hold on, it's a little thing right here that says join by link, and people who join this call can see y'all. Hold on.
Where you see that at?
Up under you go back and click under people. Hold on. My shit updating. I don't know what the fuck it's doing.
I just put the email up.
Oh, he gave you one?
No, I put his I put mine up.
Oh, okay.
What you say about joining people?
Yeah.
Oh, joining by
Wiz Laws.
link.
Yeah, just make sure Wiz Laws hit red email up with your email, you know.
Yeah,
The way
so
you
we can
get
make something chic. Cause we definitely gonna get back. I don't know what you got up tomorrow, bro. I'm finna try to keep this motherfucker active. So, you know what I mean? Just let me know what you got going on, and we'll go from there. But you can pop in or whatever tomorrow.
yeah. What time you think you gonna go in?
Well, ain't no telling with me, cause I got a late shift tomorrow, so I probably go in early tomorrow. Shit, before 10 probably. At the latest, like, cause I probably do 2 shows tomorrow. At the latest, it'll be one like around 4 or 5. And then after that, we hitting 1 a.m. mark.
Alright.
So it's open tomorrow. You feel me? Pretty sure I'll catch you on that late show.
Yeah, probably so.
Alright, we'll see if I can't squeeze Mr. Wiz Laws in here, get his perspective. Cause you know
I
we
mean,
always, huh?
yeah.
No, I was just gonna say we don't always agree on everything, so it's pretty sure there's some areas where y'all can sharpen each other's swords at. And whoever dropped me that thumbs down without a comment, you feel me? You know, it was another motherfucking infiltrator with an infraction. We're gonna need you, you know, be more
What'd you
talkative,
say somebody did?
communicative. Somebody done dropped me a thumbs down and didn't even want to tell me why. You feel me?
They saw
We bet
the topic. That's all.
we better than that over here. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna be doing all that. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
all
Ain't
right.
no hating.
I just hit you with a thumbs up, so we balanced that one on out.
You feel me? Ain't gonna be no hating. You feel me? If you wanna be greater, place your wager, player. But all I'm saying is, you know, I no use in dropping no thumbs, none of that shit, trying to bang. Shit, drop what you guys say in the chat. You know, we definitely open to having conversation. I'm pretty sure Wizlaw see that. He said he found us in the chat. Check out the messages. So yeah, we definitely gonna lock you in, Mr. Wizlaw. Maybe we can get you in real quick, cause we wanna wrap this up in a minute. Let's see here. He said he got a message. Got him. Let's see. All right, sir. Let's see. I gotta clear that. I gotta stop sharing real quick. All right, we back off in that thing. You know, it's showing something email though. Yeah. Go ahead, Mel, because I'm still having to figure this shit out. You want to say something in closing?
Well, in
It
closing,
ain't
I
bringing
mean,
them up.
anybody who on the fence, I know your boy dropped out the lawn table like he it seemed like he was hearing the nigga out and shit. So you know what I'm saying, just don't let it don't let it just fall to the wayside. Don't forget about it. Go look into it because you know, if you have an open mind about it, it's it's gonna lead to more doors that need to be open, in my opinion. I mean, this like I said, your cosmology is linked to your spirituality. You know what I'm saying? And that shit is very evident when you start to do the research. And it's a life changer. You know what I'm saying? It almost, you know what I'm saying, gives the most high God, whatever you want to call it, you know what I'm saying, even more power or more, infinitude than what you may have thought before. You know, I ain't know no Bible shit, so you know that jealous and that evil God never, made sense to me. But knowing about nature and balance and yin and yang, these things make sense.
Talking about me being
Uh,
nasty, that's 69, cuz.
you know what I'm saying? Those are you know what I'm saying, 66 and 9, nigga, them are, you know what I'm saying, those are powerful numbers. We'll have to do a numerology episode one day.
Talking
Go in,
about.
yeah, go in on some shit like that because all this shit is deep. Let me just say that. It's deep. I'll go to rambling for another 30 minutes.
Right, and you gonna get rolled on live. Keep playing. D Money gonna come in there more. Hold up, cuz. Then I tell you. We finna watch this movie, cuz.
Right.
What you finna watch?
I just text and said you still up. She was like, no answer. So she probably in his sleep, nigga.
What you finna watch?
It's called Ready Player One. Hey, your
Ready
boy
Player
hit your
One.
panel. Your boy joined.
Yeah, I
Who is
told you I was
love?
gonna figure this shit out. What's up with it? What up with it?
Mic check. Mic check. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hear you?
All right. All right.
What you got? What you got? See, you got something to
Uh,
add to the equation.
yeah, I was. I could. That 13.7 miles came off of the Air and Space magazine I found a while back, and it was. I was just saying that. When I was trying to find stuff, and I don't know if that's like NASA, info, whatever. But that was the only thing I found. It said 13.7 miles was sufficient enough to see the curve.
Mm.
You know, And so I was like, okay. And I was like, well, what's that in feet? Is that the 30,000 feet? I'm not good in math. I don't do numbers very well.
Right, I ain't gonna lie to you either, because I be wondering that shit myself. Like, damn, I think I can see 13 miles.
Right?
But
Yeah.
right,
And like when Melvin here, when he described the formula for buoyancy, I was just like, okay, I can't be in this conversation because I don't know how to respond to that formula. I don't know that's. But I dig what he's saying that we need to get rid of buoyancy and just stick with density. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
because they really can't fight against the density conversation when it comes to density versus gravity.
Yeah. I thought when I was looking up the gravity equation, I can't find it now, but I also found a gravity equation that was saying that buoyancy was considered in the equation. So I thought that was like, okay, well then as long as it's considered, then buoyancy is the thing. But the way when Melvin said it, I just like, okay, no, even though I don't understand the formula he gave, but the density makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
You want to drop that
Just to answer,
again, Mel?
well, I was gonna say just to answer your question about the 13.7 miles, it comes out to over 72,000 feet. So that's well above
That's all
what you
about
would
it. Yeah.
what you would experience in an airplane. But if I'm not mistaken, there's amateur footage of up to 100,000 feet out there to be seen. Um, I don't want to, stake my claim on that. We just need to pull that up and just show and prove. But
Well, have you checked out or have you heard of yet of Jay Tolan Media One? His 33,000 foot infrared video. He's shooting stuff that should be behind the horizon while he's up in a plane.
Jay, what was his name again?
Jay Tolan. It's J capital T OLAN Media and then the number one. So it's Jay
No, I hadn't
Tolan
heard
Media.
of him.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
check
look
him
him
out.
up on YouTube. Yeah, but oh yeah, man, I'm well versed in these objects that should be hidden by hundreds of feet of curvature that we could pull up with telescopes, and
Yeah.
it's crazy, man. How you know the info is out here, man, for people who want it, and the people who don't want it are just gonna reject it.
Or look for a reason to reject that shit. But man, I sure appreciate you coming through. Shoot, if you want to, shit, we can get together tomorrow. Shit, I give you an opportunity to basically state your premise on flat Earth, or your perspective. Because the way I see things is, my position is everybody got something to bring to the table. So
Yeah.
the information you may bring might not be, as you say, good at mathematics, but there's another perspective. So
Yeah, I
definitely
hear you.
wouldn't mind checking that out, because I did briefly look over your channel. I was like, hold on. Seems like he a flat earther too. Hold on, Melvin. I
Yeah,
don't
you
think
see my
he.
FE channels? I got some FE playlists in there too. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely skimmed over it real quick. Like, hold on, who is this?
I'm having a
Either
hard
way,
time.
I was gonna let you in. You feel me?
Right. Yeah, I hear
I'm
you.
having a hard time finding the guy you were talking about. So if you can, just put his info in the back chat.
Which
I'll
one? You want me to list
jump.
out everything I listed in the chat? Like Mark Sargent, Eric DeBay, FPB
Well,
Angel, Nathan Oakley. Is that
well,
what you
I'm on
want?
all of those people. I just never heard of the Jay Tolan guy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll put it in the back chat. I'm on a tablet, so I'd have to. Sometimes it get lagged up. Hold on, let me see if I can back out. Do it.
But yeah, I've looked at a lot of Mark Sargent stuff and Rob Skiba, Jaron
That's.
Nipsey.
I came across Rob's. I came across a channel called I Spy NASA Lies
Yeah, I've
before I
seen
hit
him
anything
too.
else, and then from there it was like Rob Skiba, yeah, and
Globe Busters,
yeah, I came across those later. But
Joe Sanchez.
the only reason I mentioned the ones I mentioned is because it seems to be that a lot of people will happen to come on those first. And so I
Yeah,
just mentioned those because it seems to be the end, kind of the first steps, I guess, to a lot of people.
yeah. And what's the one guy's name?
I'm gonna link his channel right here. Hold on. Link his
Okay.
channel in the back chat. There you go. I got this channel in there.
Cool. Oh
Hey,
yeah, and
family.
ODD TV. That's one of
ODB.
ODD. That's one of the first ones I came across.
Yeah,
ODD.
ODD. Yep. Yeah.
All right, I got a question in the chat from the family. First it is, if the Earth is flat, what does the edge look like, or is it a infinite plane? I guess that's what the question is.
Well, that's the question, isn't it? We don't know if there's an edge or not. You know, there's that Antarctic Treaty in place. We can only go so far in Antarctica, and then that's it. So no one knows.
Exactly.
Or at least none of
As
us
far
know.
as far as we can tell, as much sky as you can see is that much land,
You know.
that much, plane of existence to walk upon. And we know that the sky meets the land only in perspective. Is the horizon's not a thing in and of itself. It's just where your vision stops. So as far as the flat Earth model, the edge is Antarctica. It's a ring that circles this little pond of Earth, this little section that we're in. These 7, or really 6 continents are encircled by what we formerly knew as the 7th continent, which is Antarctica. And I don't know if you can go back early in the video. Red put up a bunch of pictures of the ice wall.
See if I can share it again.
Hundreds of feet high, keeping the waters in check.
Might be able to share it just by putting the video up. But nah, yeah, that's definitely plenty of pictures of that ice wall. But even with what homie was saying, like, due to the treaty shit, a lot of us can't, get that or get demonstrative proof ourselves. But pretty sure we can figure out a way with some
I mean,
strong
and
cameras or something. They won't even know we taking pictures of that shit.
let's just think about that for a second. If Antarctica's so cold, right? It's cold as fuck. Why the hell would they care if you went there and froze your ass off and died? Like, what
Why?
does it matter? Why would it matter if you wanted to trek across that piece of ice and die? Like, what? Why is it such a measure to keep people uh, from doing that? You know, nobody. You know, I mean,
Feel like it might be a way out.
in every history class you went to, you learned about people who were traveling men who explored, and I mean that's human nature to go and see. But we're the opposite of that in this day and age. We like home, we like complacency, we like you know um, the comfort, and I think part of that is just because of the paradigm that we're forced into. We're forced to believe that, hey, this thing is a sphere. Uh, it's expensive as hell to go on vacation. Like, it's not much for you to do, really. So just take your ass to work, come back home, and just do that shit every day until you fucking die. Like, the end. Just think life has a whole lot more meaning than that. It's just those who have the power can and will keep the secrets for themselves.
This is true. I have found the video for you.
There we go.
I've had this guy. He's number 5 RTS. ARTES Liberalis, 5 RTS Liberalis. He's brought up documents. I think it's 5 RTS Liberalis. He's brought up documents that show NASA documents that say flat and motionless plane and non-moving atmosphere, non-moving stationary atmosphere.
Yeah,
Or,
yeah.
this
When
guy
they
asked him about documents.
I have that saved on my archive as well. I mean, they clearly state that all of their trajectories and things like that are for a stationary, non-moving Earth. And I mean, clear as day. You're absolutely right about that. And it's just the shit we ignore for our beliefs. It's just wild.
Well, I got the pictures up for you when boredom sets in. Hope you can see that how the sky and the ice wall connects all with the water. And it's like no separation in that shit. At least as far as we can see from this viewpoint. Um, Shit, did you? I mean, I guess we can get ready to wrap it up. But when I get
I
with you,
have a question real
uh,
quick here. You
okay,
didn't
go
really
ahead.
answer about the documents. I guess I didn't read it far enough. He says, "Is there any documents now or ancient that make reference to what may be on the edge?" The only documentation I can recall, and I can't remember it. Maybe Melvin's got something on it. Is there was a crew that was on a boat and they went sailing around and they were finding that they couldn't sail straight. They had to keep making like 50-degree turns or corrections to stay kind of parallel with this ice that they had come across. Um, I don't have anything to reference it because I don't remember it. It was really early into my when I pawned FE that I didn't save much of anything. I just thought it was learning and I knew it, and then I didn't have to talk to anybody about it. But it's kind of backfiring.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about that, Melvin?
I'm kind of in the same boat with you on that one. I do remember reading some stuff, and like you said, I didn't really save any of this info, but I do remember reading some stuff about. This is a little off of what you were saying, but people who clocked in nautical miles the distance around at about 65,000 miles, and we know the
Yeah. Yep.
equator is 24,000 miles. So apparently, we're talking about a much wider circumference in that region.
Yeah, and it took them like
Um,
some days to circumnavigate it or something.
yeah, I mean, and so with that being said, um, now I don't know if y'all have heard. There's a documentary that came out called "The Convex Earth,"
Yeah,
and supposed,
that was put up and then tore to shreds because of the alien. They found out that that guy who put that up, I guess they did some research on him, and he said that uh, he got his
yeah,
information from an alien named Baloo in a bush. So it got shredded up.
Whoa.
well, I mean, maybe some of his information, and his psychedelic experience may have come from a alien, but some of the experiments that they did were pretty
Yeah, the
definitive as
experiments.
far as
Yeah,
yeah.
yep.
So the only
I
thing
was
I
hoping
wanted to
Ace would say.
reference,
I'm sorry.
yeah. Oh yeah, I was just gonna say the thing I wanted to reference in that documentary was they made mention of an island or another landmass on the other side of Antarctica that they saw in a high altitude image, right? And then there's
Yeah, yeah,
maps like the Tibetan map, and then the map that was found in Honolulu that depict all of these islands. And these maps are old as shit, and they depict all these islands and land masses around Antarctica. You know, what we believe to be the ice ring. So, um, I don't think we really have much outside of that to really go on like what it's like there or anything like that. Uh, but yeah, that's all I really got on that one.
yeah.
I'm
I
reading
like
this
their
book called
experiments. I like their experiments too. But again, like I said, a lot of the other guys, the Goldbusters, Jaredism, and all those guys, they did some research on that guy, and so it was all discredited just because he said that he got all his information
Yeah.
from an alien named Blue in a bush.
Yeah, that's wild. I don't even know kind of. I mean, you know, I, rightfully so, they tore the alien shit apart because, naturally as flat earthers, we don't believe shit's coming out the sky.
Right.
So
Yeah, right. What fucking aliens?
yeah, that shit's crazy. But yeah, bro, I'm about to check out, man.
I thought the flat earthers believe in God. What's going on?
Believe it. Well, I mean, some flat earthers don't believe in God at all.
Okay,
I don't
okay.
I don't believe in God in
They've,
the form of
they've
a big dude sitting on a throne in the sky. I
a lot
believe
of
in a creative source to this place, and
creator.
that's
A
all
lot
I
of
think.
a lot of people have actually found God because of flat Earth, but
Exactly.
a lot of us say a creator or an intelligent design. You know,
Intelligent design,
yeah. So I
I
said,
mean,
check out
and he's right.
let me put FPV Angel's channel in the back chat. He's got some interesting stuff on Enoch and the creator's blueprints, and that it's a mechanical construct. Hold on.
Yeah, and Dave Murphy as well. Dave Murphy is one of those, he was a atheist and until he came across flat earth, you know.
Oh
You're talking
yeah.
about D Murphy 25?
Yeah, D Murphy, yeah.
Yeah, I like him.
But yeah.
You see, your boy got a flat Earth song. B.O.B.
B.O.B.
Mm-hmm. His new album banging though.
Yeah. Hey,
Listen,
y'all need to hold on, but y'all want a flat earth song, check out my boy ODD. Cause he
who?
a true ODD. He got a
It
song
sound
called
familiar.
type in Cartoon Ball.
Cartoon Ball. One
Yeah.
second.
Check that shit out. Cause it's coming from a flat earther. He's not a rapper, but he's rapping and that shit. Hey, I like the little song though. I can't
For
lie.
some reason, I gotta get my sound together. Give me one second.
All right, I put
Cartoon Ball.
FPV's Angel link in the chat for you.
Okay, yeah, I
Appreciate
got
that.
it. Appreciate it.
Cartoon Ball. That's funny as hell. Right here. This him?
Yeah, that first one.
The first one is, if you're talking about the links I put, the first link is for that 13.7 miles, and then the second link is the FPV Angel.
Yeah.
If that's what you're
On
talking about.
our next stream, I'm gonna have some links and some info and some shit for us to look at as far as altitude and things like that. I just wasn't even prepared for that tonight. So
Well, thanks guys for having me come up straight. I was winding down myself too.
All right, man.
I'm go
Appreciate
ahead.
you stopping through. We're gonna link. We're gonna link up. We definitely gonna further expound on this conversation because I feel like it's definitely a perspective that needs to be taken into account. Because the way I'm kind of seeing it, if people don't grasp this concept, it's probably the reason why we depend on other people to travel us around the world. So I
true.
think it's
Yeah,
definitely something necessary to pay attention
yeah.
to.
We definitely depend on others for a lot of stuff. Don't
Right. And that's not no good to, have to depend on other people just to get around.
we? Right. What time tomorrow? Are you guys Central Standard, East Coast, West Coast?
Me myself, I'm East.
Okay.
I'm central.
Well, you're Central. I'm Central too.
Alright. Like I was telling bruh, I got a few different times I'm gonna go tomorrow. But shoot, probably around say an hour earlier than now tomorrow. So like 1 AM again. And I'm gonna do it in the morning. Say like 10.
Okay.
10 a.m.
So 10 a.m. and then later the next morning at 1 a.m.
Oh, I probably can do 10 a.m., bro.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well then
I can
that's
definitely.
what's up. We'll do Flat Earth Part 2.
I'll try
10
to be
a.m.
here for 10, but I can definitely do the 1 a.m.
Okay. Well, shit, we'll flat earth the rest of this thing on out. Ride the rest of this flat moon energy up. Man, I definitely appreciate both of y'all coming through, chopping it up with me at the round table. Notice I ain't say the global table. I don't want neither one of y'all flat earthers to be shooting at a nigga. Shout. But hey, everybody go through, check out each one of these brothers' channels. Check out that information. In the words of my little brother, go through and try to dispute it. You know what I'm saying? Find something that you can refute, but bring them facts. And if you ain't got no facts, we're gonna hit you with that infraction of being a hater. So don't come with the dumb shit. Come with some facts. Anybody got y'all wanna say some last few things on the way out? Is that your moon right there, man? No, there's a
Nah,
light.
man,
I'm
that's just the
fucking
sit.
with you. I'm fucking with you. Y'all wanna
Nah,
say
good
anything on the way out?
good night.
Good night. Is it a flat night?
It's always a flat night.
Oh, okay. Okay. Mike, love you, bruh. Appreciate you coming through.
Love you too,
Appreciate
bro. I holler at you.
everybody in the chat. All right, bro. I'll let you. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Want to send the last few shout outs to my people because I know I don't do it enough. Want to send a shout out to all my family back in that 615, keeping it live. Want to send a shout out to my fam Q Butter off in the NY. Send a shout out to my fam Big Facts Podcast off in that Bama. Most def. Let me definitely put fam on the screen. Quit playing. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all need to know what's really going on out here. Fam be doing his thing. No bully. No bully. You know what I'm saying? He don't get enough, you know what I'm saying, a little recognition to me. But he definitely be doing his thing. He get his love though. Don't get it twisted. Y'all go through there and check your mail. Matter of fact, I got a few favorite videos. This is one of them.
Yes, they
So we out this thing. Kinfo. Let me see what it's talking about. Let me see what it's talking about. It's about that time. Rest, reflect, relax. Lay as myself. We'll be right back. Before you know it.